दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुर्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जय श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। So we are looking into the subject matter of defining devotional service in practice. How should we practice devotional service? We know sadhana bhakti and the effect of sadhana bhakti for a true practitioners, who are faithful to follow the rules and regulations of sadhana. If they do sadhana bhakti or regulative discharge of devotional service, such devotion eternally exists within the heart of every living entity. So awakening of this eternal devotion is the potentiality of devotional service in practice. This has been spoken in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, first canto, second chapter, second verse, quoted in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, 22nd chapter, 105th verse. So, the first sentence of Srila Prabhupada translation clearly distinguishes two types of pure devotion. Love for Krishna refers to sadhya bhakti, devotion in perfection, and transcendental devotional service executed by the senses. That is sadhana bhakti, devotion in practice. This is pretty clear that we have to engage our senses in the service of the master of the senses, is the sadhana bhakti, and which awakens love of Godhead, that is called sadhya bhakti. So, Rupa Goswami's is insisting that second sentence, that transcendental devotional service that is executed by the senses, that loving devotion is dormant in the heart of conditioned souls, and that it becomes manifest by sadhana bhakti. And we saw Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhya Kapunahi Shravanadi Shuddha Chitte Karila Uday. Pure love of Krishna is eternally established in the hearts of living entities. It is not something to be gained from another source. When the heart is purified by hearing and chanting, this love naturally awakens. This is in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, 22nd chapter, 107th verse. So, the sound vibration of the holy name, the physical movement of the body, like that of the tongue, lips, and hands, are also in the category of devotional service in practice, and one must use them. The tongue has to be lashed out. People who chant silently and do not use their tongue, then that is not a good point to awaken love Godhead. The perfection of chanting, Srila Prabhupada says that Krishna will dance on your tongue. That is yet to be realized. So what to speak of the invocation of love, which is buried very deep in the heart. Those who are in love, they can see Krishna dancing on the tongue. So, devotional practice, according to Jiva Goswami, that just as primary activities of collecting ghee, firewood, and other paraphernalia are part of performing Vedic sacrifice, so the physical movement through which sadhana bhakti is expressed are integral part of the process of performing devotional service. And one must audibly chant Hare Krishna and listen carefully and remember simultaneously. Otherwise, the mind will be shifted away. While you're chanting, and mind is not remembering Krishna, but remembering something else. So we need to clear all these things. So there may be a challenging situation posed that how can the activities of devotional service in practice, which are performed by the physical body in time and space, be the cause of something transcendental and eternal beyond the time and space? So to respond that, sadhana bhakti is the only means to uncover it. The practice is not for developing something artificial. The love of Godhead is already buried in our heart. And it will be simply waking up and will manifest. But the process must be continued because it is conducive to bring out the love of Godhead, which is already buried in every living entity's heart. If the Lord is there, the love is there. If Paramatma is existing, the love of Godhead is also existing. But it is way buried. In our sadhana bhakti, we'll be able to realize the self and the super self simultaneously. Drashta evatmanishware. So at least visualization is there, but then a relationship was established through chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. When you got initiated, this relationship It's a Sambandha Gyan. Sambandha Gyan with Lord Shri Krishna in the form of Paramatma. So, when Krishna is there, love is there. Is the love manifested supreme absolute truth. So he is present in everyone's heart, and we must also know that we remain peaceful if we devote him, that Bhaktaram yajna tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suridam sarvabhutanam gyatvam shantim brichyati. Gyatvam means you must have experienced that he is sitting in the heart and he is my well-wisher. And we feel respectful to the Lord who is sitting, and we do not abuse the consciousness anymore. So these practices are essential to invoke the love of Godhead. The potentiality of a child learning to walk by repeated effort. So, the potentiality of the child to stand on its own foot. So, if the ability to walk were not inherent in the child, no amount of practice could cause the child to walk. This is also explained in Nectar of Devotion, chapter 1, page number 20. Rupa Goswami is said. So, don't throw out a baby along with the bathwater, claiming that how can it be possible by external sadhana to become cause of love of Godhead, because potentiality is there. Shravanadi Shuddha Chitte Karile Uday. What goes of yours to create a Suddha Chitta means clear consciousness geared up on remembering of Lord Shri Krishna. You chant, but don't say, I can't. I want to chant silently. I want to chant this way or that way. I want to chant on my counter rather than bead bag. Oh, I have this problem and I have that problem. If you have determination, you can control your senses. If you have determination to develop love of Godhead, then you will follow all these rules and regulations, because they are the process, maybe mechanical in the beginning, but it is serving the absolute truth. And at that time, in pure service, there is no difference between material and spiritual. So that is capable to invoke the love of Godhead, which is already buried, because we have buried Supreme Personality of Godhead also within our heart, but we never allow him to express and dictate. But now, after Bahujanma Yadi Kare Shravana Kirtan, in this life, if we have opportunity to understand the purity of the process that Srila Prabhupada gave us, we'll be able to develop by following in the descriptions which are very analytically described in Shuddha Bhakti Chintamani. So that is the Lord's this awakening of the love of God requires Krishna's mercy, and this mercy is manifested through our willingness to serve him through our senses. The way in which divine grace combines with sadhana to awaken love can be understood by the following example. Love of Godhead is like wonderful flower, fragrant with intense possessive attachment for Krishna. When living entity turns away from Krishna, means Krishna Bahirmukha, Bhogavancha kare, that flower regresses to the seed, which is then covered by the behavior averse to the Lord. This is spoken in Prema Vivarta, chapter 6, text number 25. So, devotional service in practice gradually prepares and waters the seed, which sprouts when touched by the sunlight of Krishna's grace. That sunlight of pure goodness, Shuddha Sattva, infuses the seed of love with Krishna's cognitive potency, Samvit Shakti, and devotional potency, Ladini Shakti, thus empowered to know and please the Lord. The seed sprouts to manifest the bud of love. In this way, bhava manifests itself. So the practice is perfect when it becomes perfect by following for the purpose which has been intended. Then we can attract the Suddha Sattva state. So Sattvam Vishuddham Vasudeva Sabditam. It will attract the Supreme Lord. Krishna only appears in Suddha Sattva stage. So we have to develop Suddha Sattva. How does Brahma teaches us that? Maya hi yasya jagadanda satani sute traigunya tad vishaya veda vitayamana sattvaavalambi parasattvam vishuddha sattvam govindamadi purusham tamam bhajam. This is our process. We have to fully activate our devotional service in mode of goodness only. So forget and shun the process of chanting in mode of passion and ignorance. So devotees must always keep in mind that Krishna's internal potency descends through the disciplic succession only to those who have intense desire for loving devotion. This is, if your desire is for invoking the love of Godhead, then you have to follow the chain of disciplic succession that we inherit. How they achieved the love of Godhead. They are not ordinary. All these devotees who have been in our disciplic succession, they have been successful to invoke love of Godhead. And that's why they were so benevolent and depending on Krishna's mercy to bestow and spread out the mercy of the Lord. This is the Sankirtan movement. This is the spirit of Sankirtan movement. So they must practice Krishna consciousness with ever-increasing enthusiasm for loving service. It is said, mechanical sadhana cannot awaken such longing. It may be true that bhava can be achieved by special mercy of Krishna or his empowered devotees, the disciplic succession. But such cases are extremely rare. Prabhupada links the expectation that this will happen to us to the hope that one will receive the honorary degree from the university. So let's look into this consideration of honorary degree. Some Vaishnavas, the ways to attain Krishna's grace, okay? Some Vaishnavas are of the opinion that Krishna's mercy in the form of Shuddha Sattva can only be acquired through a physically present Mahabhagavat. Without the association of such realized soul, they say devotees cannot perfect their sadhana and therefore cannot attain bhava. Srila Prabhupada, however, did not share this view. In addition to the mercy of great souls, he cites that the direct mercy of Krishna as well as the potency of the holy name as means to reach the spiritual platform. This is in the purport of Srimad Bhagavatam, 9th canto, 19th chapter, 25th verse, and 6th canto, 2nd chapter, 11th verse. Understand, the mercy of the great souls is required, but he cites the direct mercy of Krishna as well as potency of holy name as means to reach the spiritual platform. That is love of Godhead. Certainly, it is necessary for a sadhak to be properly connected to the disciplic succession. Ritviks are not properly connected to the disciplic succession. It is also necessary that the devotee's spiritual practice, the way of life, be authorized by a bona fide guru and the Vaishnavas. However, the Parampara's grace cannot be restricted to physical presence. Bhava can become manifest in one of the many ways. Indeed, Srila Prabhupada emphasized offenseless chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and preaching in constant association with the pure devotees as the most potent path to perfection. Wow. See, you can't become limited. Prabhupada did not give a limited process. The Ritviks are limiting Srila Prabhupada. So how can you accept Ritvicism? Material success doesn't count for spiritual perfection. So, offenseless chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and preaching in constant association with pure devotees as the most potent path to perfection. Do not become isolated. Will these activities truly awaken bhava? Yes. Thakur Bhakti Vinod's purport to a verse from his song, Agya Tahal, fourth verse is there, speak of itself. Krishnera sansara koro chhadi anachar, jive daya Krishna naam sarva dharma sar. Giving up all sinful activities, carry on your worldly duties only in relation to Krishna. Show compassion to other souls and loudly chant the holy name of Krishna, the essential forms of all religion. And the purport, the essence of religion is to live purely, show mercy to all living entities, and chant the holy name of Krishna. There is no difference whatsoever between Krishna's name and Krishna himself. By the mercy of the holy name, in a few days, your spiritual form will be awakened and you will float in the ocean of eternal sweet Krishna Prem. Then Krishna, in the form of his names, forms, qualities, and pastimes, will personally reveal himself to you. Chari anachar. Our household duties must be performed in relation to Krishna. Don't try to isolate Krishna from your choice, profession. If it is your choice, offer it to Krishna. But Jivedaya Krishna Nam Sarva Dharmasar. You will be able to chant purely if you cultivate compassion on all the living entities. Stop killing even mosquitoes. Krishna Nam. If you are aware of all these nitty-gritty requirements in our chanting, then we'll be successful. Very, very successful. That is itself is Sarva Dharmasar. The conclusion of following all the religions is to remember these two things. Jivedaya, Krishna Nam. But you have to give up your gross ignorance by becoming Sadachari, Vaishnava Sadachar, Vaishnava etiquette is a must. When Vaishnava etiquettes are, forgotten, you cannot make the life perfect. Unfortunately, there are some disciples who do not behave according to Vaishnava etiquette. They are puffed up, They think they are very intelligent, more intelligent than Krishna, more intelligent than the process that they have taken up, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. There is no daya. People do not even have mercy on their wives even. And that is something else that cannot be worked out. How such household life would be perfected. How often did Srila Prabhupada emphasize that serving the holy name would give aspirant all perfection? It was his great faith in the potency of the holy name that set Srila Prabhupada apart from other contemporary Vaishnavas. By that faith, Srila Prabhupada inspired Western Malechas to become pure Vaishnavas. And by that faith, he inspired them to dedicate their otherwise opulent but miserable lives to the service of the Sankirtan movement. Yes. His Divine Grace wrote of his faith in the conclusion of his poem, Markine Bhagavad Dharma. I have no devotion, nor do I have any knowledge, but I have strong faith in your holy name of Krishna. I have been designated as Bhaktivedanta, and now, if you like, you can fulfill the real purport of Bhaktivedanta. Thakur Bhaktivinoda expresses the extraordinary potency of the holy name to bring the worshipper to perfection in another wonderful song. Sri Nama Mahatmya in Sharanagati. How much power does the name of Krishna possesses? My heart constantly burns in the fire of worldly desires like a desert scorched by the sun. The holy name entering my heart through the holes of my ears shower unparalleled nectar on my soul. The holy name speaks from within my heart, moves on the tip of my tongue, and constantly dances on it in the form of transcendental sound. My throat becomes choked up, my body violently trembles, and my feet move uncontrollably. Rivers of tears flow from my eyes, perspiration pours from my body. My body thrills with rapture, causing my hair to stand on end and my skin to turn pale and discolored. My mind grows faint and I begin to express devastation. My entire body is shattered in a flood of ecstasies. While causing such an ecstatic disturbance, the holy name showers liquid nectar on my heart and drowns me in the ocean of divine love of Godhead. He does not allow me to understand anything, for he has made me truly mad and has stolen away my heart and all my wealth. The Thakur continues, such is the behavior of he who is now my only shelter. I am not capable of describing all this. Krishna's holy name is independent and thus acts at his own sweet will. However, he becomes happy is also my happiness. The holy name is the bud of the flower of divine love and the abode of devotion's wonderful mellows. Such is the power he manifests that although he displays his power only slightly, he reveals his own divine form and qualities and stills my heart and takes it to Krishna. Being fully manifest, Krishna's holy name takes me to Vraja and reveals me to his own love dalliance. He gives me my own divine eternal body, keeps me near Krishna, and completely destroys my mortal frame. Krishna's name is touchstone, a mine of all devotional mellows, eternally liberated, and the embodiment of pure rasa. When all impediments to the pure chanting of the holy name are taken away and destroyed, then my happiness will know its true awakening. Can somebody tell which is that song of Bhaktivinoda Thakur?
Oh, this is the Sri Nama Mahatmya.
Vrindavan Mahatmya.
Sri Nama Mahatmya. Let me see if I can find it.
What is the lyrics? I mean, what are the wordings?
Sri Nama Mahatmya.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. It is Krishna Nam Dhare Kotobal Vishaya Vasana Nale Mora Chitta Sada Jwale, and then it continues. Ravi Tapta Maru Bhumi Sam Karna Randra Patha Diya Riddhi Majhe Praveshiya Vari Shoya Shudha Nam Anupam Shudha Anupam. So,
yeah, but this is in which book?
Sharanagati.
Sharanagati.
It is in Sharanagati.
Okay.
Bhaktivinoda Thakur.
All right.
Last. Krishna Nama Chintamani Akhila Rasarakhani.
Can somebody print it out?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Here.
Print out in a little bigger letter.
Yes, sir.
We'll have occasion to sing this bhajan. If we are serious in chanting according to the criteria which is explained here, that simply cultivate dependence on the holy name itself, and it will reveal this Nama Chintamani. Shuddha Bhakti Chintamani is given by Nama Chintamani. Cultivate pure faith, so you will never give up the holy name. People take so much risk, even though initiated, but they do not follow the instructions of Guru and mess up their life further. I think they are not compassionate on themselves. It's sheer ignorance. Unless and until the devotees become serious and cultivate their chanting in presence of senior advanced devotees, they may imbibe their virtues and they grow. Jivirdaya Krishna Nam. This is the conclusion. Sarva Dharma Sar. Devotees, even though learning a very, very hard and disastrous way, still they do not want to get purified by the holy name. What an animosity with Krishna. In the garb of a devotee, such animosity is continued and expresses within the household and destroys his life. Such devotees, they are like die-hard skeptic, may doubt whether Srila Prabhupada's physical absence and the apparent isolation from other senior Gaudiya Vaishnavas. There are examples of ISKCON devotees achieving perfection. Have any devotee achieved the realization of which Bhaktivinoda Thakur sings? Have any of the ISKCON followers, by serving its mission, gone back to Godhead? These are the skepticism. The following example of an apparently ordinary devotee's ascent to perfection should amplify or should imply answer to this question. North of England, the wife of a temple president became terminally ill. She was locally a well-known and well-linked Vaishnavi who kept the temple's account, guided the women, and raised 2 children. She was not what devotees generally understand to be a big devotee. First initiated by Srila Prabhupada, she did not even have mantra diksha. She was a wife, a mother, a steady devotee, but not someone to whom devotees offer obeisances when she passed by. This devotee bore her disease with dignity, and in a few months before her death, confidentially revealed to her husband the unfolding of her spiritual identity. She said that she was a gopi in Nandagram. While lying in the utmost physical discomfort, she disclosed some of the services she was rendering to Krishna in Vrindavan. Her favorite being to pack his lunch. This woman had no access to Mahabhagavat on the physical plane. She always prayed to Srila Prabhupada, and she was awarded spiritual success simply by sincerely serving his order and mission. So the answer is yes, it does happen in ISKCON. The details of this Vaishnavi's departure can be found in the book Simple is Simple for Simple. There are so many examples. Even live on video before they are leaving the body. I think the ladies have a better benefit of becoming pure devotees than the males. If they cultivate 7 characters that Krishna has invested in them. What are those 7 characters?
Intelligence is one. Which one? Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah. 7th chapter, 38th verse. Kirti Shri Vakchanarinam Smrutir Medha Datikshama. Actually, ladies, our mothers in Krishna consciousness can develop 7 times more characteristics than a man who simply has 1 characteristic, which is called Paurusham Nrushu, ability in man. If that is sum total of 7 qualities, then why there are no these qualities ever developed? They think ability means only physical ability. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, I'm a good husband because I help my wife in kitchen by bringing out the container of some atta or which is on the high shelf. Is this a quality? Yeah, he is able to do that. So the wife may ask, Prabhu, can you please help me to bring that container down? No. Kirti, Shri, Vakchanarinam, Smrutir Medha Dhritikshama. Read carefully. These are feminine qualities. And after all, if the man understands that he is also Prakriti, a female, in the constitution of his soul. Krishna Tatashta Shakti. Then all his chauvinism will dry out and eradicated. If pure devotional service is available, why not these ladies are given opportunity to become gurus who can guide with their ability of 7 times more than men? We have faith in Srila Prabhupada that by following his instructions, we will become lovers of Krishna. Of this, there can be no doubt. Anyone who challenges this premise should be kept at distance, a far distance. They should be casted out. Those who are not helping the ladies, and the ladies willing to cultivate those 7 characteristics. This so-called denial is not the reason. However, Shastric evidences you are putting, but Prabhupada's instructions are very clear, and he did not discriminate. He said, those who have done Bhakti Vedanta, all my disciples, men and women, all they can become gurus. Who said a guru has to become a political person? Give up petty politics and get into the purposeful, meaningful achievement in Krishna consciousness. All right. Anybody has any question, Prabhus? Hello.
Hare Krishna Maharaj Ji, please accept my humble obeisances. Maharaj Ji, we used to hear that in the institution right now, there is a lot of politics are going on. So some people are saying that this is the part of our bhakti. How can we can consider the politics is the part of the bhakti?
Krishna's politics is to execute his desire. Your politics should be also to execute not your desire, but Krishna's desire. Then there is not politics. Aren't we supposed to execute Krishna's desire? Krishna never practiced politics on his devotees. It is to be practiced on non-devotees.
Yes, Maharaj.
Such a thing is holier than thou. Male chauvinism is a part of it. It's not pure devotional service.
Ji Maharaj.
People can interpret any damn thing. Even a demon has a quote, but he is a destructive entity.
Thank you, Maharaj.
If you know how to talk and how to lash out the words, do you think that is an eloquence? The truth spoken precisely is true eloquence.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Damodarati.
Hello.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj, Dandavat Pranam. I think where I'm failing is when after I serve Guru Raj and do my puja, I sit down to do my chanting. I'm just thinking, I'm sitting here chanting to finish my 16 rounds and not that I'm sitting here to associate with Krishna. And that
You
is
think the
why,
rounds can be finished?
that's true. No. But even if I'm doing the 16, my thinking is that, yeah, I'm going to complete my 16 rounds and not thinking that I'm here to, while even doing just 16 rounds, I'm here to associate with Krishna and not just, like you said, just finishing it, thinking that I'm finishing it. That's why I'm not developing Krishna's consciousness, like you mentioned, that we have to have Krishna's consciousness, not don't think with your consciousness. And that's why I'm failing. So I
Krishna is the
think
one who gives the consciousness in us, and therefore it is his consciousness. And we are not giving, that's why he is coming and telling us, Manmana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji maham namaskuru. Become conscious of me and me alone.
true.
Sri Radhabala Prabhu.
Thank you, Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Wow.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances.
Glory to Prabhupada.
Guru
वो
Maharaj,
मिश्रा जी कब आने वाले हैं?
Mishra ji, I spoke to yesterday, Maharaj. He said he is talking to another architect, so he'll get the two quotations, then only he'll meet you. एक quotation ready hai, then he is going to get another one for comparison.
Okay. All right. Now, what's your question?
Guru Maharaj, first of all, thank you very much for this wonderful classes. I'm really fortunate all these group members because directly hearing from you such an advanced topic. My question is related to yesterday's class actually. Yesterday, you mentioned about criticism. That was a point mentioned that the traces of criticism end when we meet Krishna in spiritual world. I don't know whether my understanding is correct. Can you please let me know like what exactly that means? Like when we meet Krishna, the total eradication of criticism.
This was in reference to what? Achievement of the love of Godhead. Huh? Right?
Yeah.
And then you go to Krishna Loka.
There was, but yeah, Vaishnava Parad. You cannot completely get rid of the result until you get back to God.
Vaishnava Parad?
Yeah, it was about Vaishnava Parad.
Uh-huh.
There was it said you could not go back to Godhead until you.
Guru Maharaj, it is written that Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur states that reactions to offenses against advanced Vaishnavas
Yes.
are removed completely only when devotees meet Krishna face to face when they go back to Godhead. That's what Sri Radha Vallabh Prabhu appears
Okay,
to.
all right. Oh, okay. Here. Let me.
Guru Maharaj, that is on page number 223.
23.
Yeah. It is the third paragraph.
Okay, here we go.
The third paragraph, the end of the third paragraph on page number 223.
Okay. Ah,
That the steady practice of devotional service certainly subdues distress arising from material
okay,
desires, starting from
okay.
there.
The steady practice of devotional service certainly subdues distress arising from material desires. But even when such distress is subdued, Vaishnava aparadh can continue to afflict the heart and impede the flow of devotion. Steady practice, but then what does it mean by Bahujanma yadi kare shravana kirtana tabutana paye Krishna prade premadhana? Material desires can be subdued, but material desire, there cannot be enviousness in spiritual desires, right?
Yeah.
But even when such distress is subdued, Vaishnava aparadh can continue to afflict the heart and impede the flow of devotion. Because it's not properly mitigated, aparadh. Aparadh is not properly mitigated. In fact, offenses to devotees impede even ecstatic devotion from immediately blossoming into loving devotion. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti states that reactions to the offenses against advanced Vaishnavas are removed completely only when devotee meet Krishna face to face, when they go back to Godhead. Because Krishna is independent, and if he is becoming merciful to such an offender, only he will be able to, because he's the master of his own name.
Yeah.
If he has to show mercy on someone, and someone who might have fallen off even in practice, but if he is having apichet suduracharo bhajate mam ananya bhak bhajate Krishna, not anyone else. So even though technically on his own he will not be able to go, but when Krishna becomes merciful to such a person, and if he goes to Golok Vrindavan and meet Krishna face to face, then and then that first offense can be eradicated. That is, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur states that reactions to offenses against advanced Vaishnavas are removed completely only when devotees meet Krishna face to face, when they go back to Godhead. This is in Madhurya Kadimbini, chapter 3, page number 27. Thus, even advanced devotees must patiently wait for their offense to be nullified. The goddess of loving devotion, Sri Radha, does not tolerate even the slightest scent of offense to her devotees. Dear reader, please always remember this great threat into spiritual life. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu warned us that this offense is the mad elephant offense, because that is the reason even Vallabhacharya was discouraged by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Yes, Guru Maharaj.
It's not that Premadhana, of course, it can be achieved within this lifetime. He may not be able to achieve. But when he goes after correction, a proper atonement, why did Durvasa Muni has to piteously cry at the lotus feet of Ambarish Maharaj?
Because even Lord Vishnu couldn't forgive him, and it is only at the person who,
Naturally. And Sudarshan Chakra would not forgive him. Lord Vishnu heard him, but instructed him. So Vishnu can have forgiven him directly. But to go back to Godhead, to Goloka Vrindavan, if one becomes, fortunate that Krishna himself takes care, even after so much repentance, the lifelong vows will be there, isn't it? Just like in technical understanding, example of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj, was chastised by his father when he took up mango and started eating himself and without offering to Krishna. And Bhakti Siddhanta took a lifelong vow not to even touch mangoes. The vows are there. If there's such offense in serving Lord Krishna can be taken at such a serious extent by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj, what to speak? Ordinary devotees are like us, we become critical on some advanced devotees. Vaishnava Aparadhi means it is not at all favoring. You do not know who is a pure Vaishnava and who is not.
Yes, Maharaj.
Shun off the attitude to criticize anybody and everybody. Whether it's a neophyte devotee even, you are not supposed to. If you are really advancing, you are not supposed to criticize even a neophyte devotee. Vaishnava Aparadh can be constituted greatest failure. It means for many, many births, you have to wait. Unless and until Krishna is attracted towards your devotion, a resolute devotion. But a Vaishnava is very kind to mitigate that aparadh knowingly or unknowingly committed by us. Because that character itself is the part of the sadhana bhakti.
And Guru Maharaj, as we have to deal with non-devotees for maybe business purpose or work or anything, what if a devotee criticizes non-devotee for some reason? So is that have a equal effect, or
if it is disfavoring service to Krishna, you may say negotiate, and the person is not negotiable, and then you criticize, well, other is also there, we can go to him. So you are disfavoring him. Oh, this guy is charging so much, Now, as for example, when in the beginning, Srila Prabhupada was handed over some bills from Vrindavan even, and he was paying off from the book trust account, Bhaktivedanta BBT account, and he was handling personally in Mumbai when the temple was under construction. And one time, within that, the bill came from Vrindavan, and Prabhupada immediately asked, what is this for? Because he knew. And Prabhupada told, then why should he pay? Because it came from some Mukutwala. Prabhupada was totally against it. They said, no. What are our ladies doing? Why don't they be engaged in making dresses for the deities? Right?
Yeah.
Prabhupada did not criticize them directly, but, he said, no. Devotional service, you should increase by sacrificing your talents in service of Krishna. That is the real yajna, because it is directly connecting. Sacrifice is directly connecting to Krishna. So simultaneously, Srila Prabhupada was teaching as well as telling them, don't support this people. They are interested only in green. But anyway.
Thank you for clarifying, Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much.
Ujjwala Rasagya was there some time ago. She had her hand up.
Haribol.
Hare Krishna. Yes. Hare Krishna, Gurudev. My pranams to you, Gurudev.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Gurudev. Thank you for your words on Vaishnava Prada, bringing our attention to that, educating us, cautioning us, and also helping us refrain from that Vaishnava Prada. Thank you, Gurudev. And regarding
do you understand that the pranadapi sunichena tarorapi sahishnuna is to deprive yourself or elevate yourself?
That is the
real help
great
others
fortune
to elevate yourself. And one should not blindly imitate. That is out of enviousness too.
Yes, Gurudev. Yes, Gurudev. So Gurudev, regarding the question and regarding Krishna, the Vaishnava Parada, that tendency will be mitigated only after a person returns back home, back to Godhead. Regarding that, Gurudev, I'm just trying to recall what I have read or heard in the past. It's said that the aparadas are very much minimized after asakti, since the devotee is so much absorbed in the not only the nama but rupa of the Lord, because swarupa abhasa happens at the stage of asakti. So he or she starts to see their swarupa. So in that way, their absorption, internal absorption increases.
No, they are not seeing their swarupa. They can see and visualize swarupa of Krishna. Nama, Rupa, Guna and Lila That is the development of that.
Yes, Gurudev. In the light of the Rupa of the Krishna, the Swarupa of the Sadhaka, along with.
No. Sadhak doesn't see his Swarupa yet. Jivere Swarup ho Nityere Krishna Das. The service is his Swarup, servant is his Swarup. He doesn't see any other Swarup of relationship to Krishna. Oh, I'm this Gopar, I'm that Gopar. In the beginning, the Swarupa is Tatastha Shakti. So he sees Krishna's Swarupa. He does not realize his Swarupa yet, except Tatastha Shakti. But Krishna reveals his Swarupa.
Yes, Gurudev.
And Krishna's transcendental qualities will be revealed, and then Leelas can be revealed.
Yes, Gurudev. That's why it is Abhasa. Swarupa Abhasa only. As you mentioned, Swarupa is not revealed, but only the Abhasa, like the Bhakti Abhasa, like that. Yes, Gurudev. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, Gurudev. Yeah. Thank you, Gurudev.
Haribol.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Jai Taravali Mata.
Hare Krishna. Maharaj, just a question, like with the external concept of like Vaishnava etiquette and everything we have to maintain. But after some time, when we've been around for a little bit, sometimes we come to see different sides of many different devotees and different things. And just in ISKCON in general as well. So how do we cultivate like the internal mood of the proper etiquette towards Vaishnavas? Like when that trust is not there, or that trust has been broken in the movement or in people or in, you know, different people that have been in the movement for a long time. How do we kind of calibrate that?
We may not be able to speculate about his internal behavior with his Lord, but certainly our training is coming through Archa Vigraha, you know, and the even though it is you know what you call Arche Vishnu Shiladhi, even though it is made up of stone, but devotees do not understand its stone, do not think it is stone, do not speak is of a stone. What is transcendental aspect of deity worship? Similarly, a Vaishnava, Jatir Buddhi. The spirit soul and the super soul both are together. One is sadhaka and another is sadhya. Okay. So it's the same thing as in the deity worship. But the description of the deity is according to the personality's description in the Shastra is there. So you come to very, very close situation of dealing with the super soul situated in the deity, as well as super soul situated in the human being. One is stone and another is made up out of stone. Prithvi, Jal, Agni, Vayu, Akash, Panch Mahabhut. What's the difference? before the stone formation, it was also consisting of the 5 elements. Some of the solid substances, by giving some heat, they become evaporated, become gaseous. And the gas is cooled to make it again solid. This is called you become transient or
Was a sublimation?
sublimation. Prabhupada used this word sublimation. Chant and your life will become sublime. I haven't found this word in the English dictionary even, sublime. Can you look for it for me? It's a direct transformation. We were studying what is that? Ammonium carbonate is a salt which is used in clarifying the surface of a brass metal, and you can melt the what they call which metal, kalai, tin or something like that, and
It's addiction.
the ammonium carbonate will be spread all over. Sublime, of such excellence, grandeur, or beauty as to inspire great admiration and awe. Chemistry of a solid substance changed directly into the vapor when heated, typically forming a solid deposit again on cooling. That I learned in science. But, so the transcendental nature is there. It doesn't have to go through. If you heat, then it should become melting, and the melting will be acting like a fluid.
This archaic meaning is also interesting. Archaic meaning.
Archaic meaning. Elevate to a high degree of moral and spiritual purity of excellence is called sublime. Okay. Prabhupada used
He knows better English than I do.
transcendental nature or transcendental bliss is a product of sublimation. You do not have to go through a stage-wise transformation, not necessarily. From solid to gaseous. Generally, solid is melted to liquid, and then liquid becomes gaseous. But when it is, skipping away the liquid state, go to gaseous state immediately. So anyway, transcendental process is having its own rules and regulations. And those who are constantly striving through the physical process, they are getting the result of sublime bliss, because it's transcendental. So do we have to go through a regular transformation, or we have to wait for mercy of Krishna also? Krishna is independent, is it not? But we must perform in a regulated way, because from material platform, to spiritual platform, even though both states are there, but the process is transcendental to come to the spiritual platform. Otherwise, yoga system is not said to be transcendental. It has to go through stage-wise transformations, right?
Mhm.
Bhakti is not like that. Yes, any time Bhakti can be independent to bestow mercy and can make somebody a devotee.
Mm.
But the qualification is there too. The love of Godhead, we should depend upon the mercy of Krishna, because that is his private territory. We need to be properly connected. And Radharani is the proper connection through her agency called Hara Potency.
Vijayanathan.
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Am I okay with the answer or what?
Yes, thank you, Maharaj.
Eh?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
I'm not
you.
missing anything.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj. Please accept my humble obeisances.
There.
Gurudev, I was studying the verse we covered yesterday about the definition of sadhan bhakti, and it is mentioned in Srila Prabhupada's purport by that transcendental loving devotional service by which loving devotion is obtained. So I referred to the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu as well, and there it mentioned that the actions of the senses which produces the stage of bhav. So this loving devotion, is it referring to bhav, or is it bhav and prem as well? Because the sum and substance of this verse wants to say like the sadhyata is this eternal devotion is the potentiality of the awakening of this eternal devotion is the potentiality of devotional service in practice, right? So this sadhyata, when I was reading the commentaries of our Acharya and Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, so it says that
to enter into the bhava stage, you must be very much attached to the transcendental process, right?
yes,
But the bhava stage has also several sub-stages.
yeah,
You know, anubhav means ecstasy, but the bhava has a theoretical application of 4 varieties. Bhava means ecstasy. And I think we came across that particular word. Anubhav is actually the ecstasy, because
yeah,
bhava may be the beginning, but one that lingers after experiencing, that is anubhav. But there is mahabhav, there is sthai bhav, there is sanchari bhav. There are so many categories, you know.
yes,
So, whichever is applying in our approach to understanding the attractiveness of Krishna and creating or whatever the resultant bhava is created, you know, It differs. And Radharani is Mahabhava, Surupatvam Radhiketvam Namamyaham. Mahabhava, only she can develop. Have you heard anybody else has ever developed? Even Chandravali could not develop.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is sum total of Krishna and Radharani.
Yeah. So Guru Maharaj, when Srila Prabhupada is saying love for Krishna is attained, by love, does he mean to say bhav first? Because we need to go through bhav first and then prem appears in our heart. We develop prem, right?
Yeah, because love will be distinguished by the relationships. There is only one relationship, Krishna says. So in every relationship, there will be a bhava of different category.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, Guru.
Those who are in servitude, do you think they will they will create the bhava of Radharani, Mahabhava? No. Actually, from servitorship to fraternal bhava is there. And one can cultivate from fraternal bhava to parental bhava. And then parental bhava can be cultivated furthermore into
Madhurya.
the gopi bhava. It's a successive situation, but everybody does not get thorough, but they should know, they should study, and they should value.
So is it after going through these successive stages that ultimately we reach to the Madhurya Bhav devotional service in conjugal mellow?
We just touched up that only superficially.
Okay.
So the technicality will be coming later.
This book,
Yes, correct. Of
chapters,
course.
the book has about 30 chapters. We'll get there. This book has 30 odd chapters. We'll get there.
Okay. It will be coming. Okay.
Also, Gurudev, I was reading Srila Prabhupada's Nectar of Devotion, chapter 6, How to Discharge Devotional Practice. So there, Srila Prabhupada gives the different angas of bhakti. So he goes through the first 10 principles and then the second one. And then there's a line there in Nectar of Devotion where Srila Prabhupada says, without following the above mentioned 10 principles, one cannot properly elevate himself to the platform of sadhan bhakti or devotional service in practice. So he was mentioning to the 10 preliminary necessities, like the next set of instructions are like one should rigidly give up the company of non-devotees, should not instruct a person who is not desirous of accepting devotional service, etc. So does it mean like at the time of initiation, if we do not follow all these different limbs of bhakti, so we're still not on the platform of sadhan bhakti?
No. Initiation means the beginning.
Okay.
In the initiation, we have to develop a gradual thing. Initiation means to begin, to initiate something. It's not the end. You cannot develop bhava bhakti immediately after initiation.
Yeah.
Where is
So our sadhan bhakti.
Yeah, where is the verification? There should be approval of spiritual master, and one can achieve. Possibility is there. Possibility is there. People have left the bodies in complete rapt attention of Lord Krishna, and Krishna will certainly take care of them.
Good.
Even you can understand those who were posing as enemies of Krishna. But when Krishna was in front of them while they left their bodies, like Karna, he has turned into a pure devotee.
Yes, Guru Maharaj.
It's
Actually, Guru Maharaj,
it's a gradual process.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
It's a gradual process, and that what we are learning, the graduality by the mercy of Shivram Maharaj, how it is gradual. There is no jumping business here.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, Gurudev. I was trying to understand actually if when we get in, my question wasn't about bhav this time. It was about when we get initiated, does it mean our sadhan bhakti starts then? Or is it when we really start following all these principles, these different limbs of bhakti, then our sadhan bhakti actually starts?
Actually, sadhana bhakti means we were sadhak at some extent somewhere, so we are able to understand and we are entering into. But we also have to cultivate the patience and gradual development of it. That is called regulated devotional service. These are the principles of regulated devotional service. And spontaneous devotional service, it has to be regulated by the authorization of the steps and the examples of such devotees who are teaching us by their example. Everybody is not the highest bhava stage in Goloka. They
Yes,
have
there are
oil
gradations.
levels, they have servitorship, and respective bhava is there. But we will be allowed to enter into Goloka by the mercy of Krishna. But when we will be established in our eternal service, you should read the travels of Gopakumar. And even in Gopakumar, when he entered, he did not enter with his service qualification. Krishna is telling him, okay, please rest today. You must have, come a long way. So tomorrow we will, work out and you'll be resuming your services.
Yes, Guru Maharaj.
George Namadaji.
Thank you, Gurudev, for
Haribol.
explaining everything. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Gurudev. Please accept my humble obeisances.
Glory to Prabhupada.
Gurudev, regarding the question Taravali Mataji asked, that if we are hurt by some other devotee and how should we avoid Vaishnava aparadha in that case, what I understood, the way you explained is that the way in the deities we don't see it as stone or wood, but we see Paramatma. Similarly, in the devotees, we don't see their anarthas, but we see that they are devotees. And with that mood, we look at them and not do the Vaishnava aparadha. Is this understanding correct, Gurudev, or I missed something?
We should not think of something ill, even though if we are criticized, remain tolerant of it. Krishna will reveal everything in due course of time. If it is an education, then I will be better equipped, that I may not become an instrument to instigate somebody that he may commit an aparadha again. A person does not consider him to be the most qualified, even though he may be qualified. So Tranadapi Shunichena is the only principle that will help us to realize the fact and will become more acceptable in through our behavior than through our words. Our actions speak louder than the words. Is there any better action than Tranadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Sahishnuna Amani Manadina Kirtaniya Sadari? If somebody has criticized, would you stop giving him honor?
No, Gurudev.
Generally, a devotee thinks he is not offended. But others may see that, yes, it's a gross violence by offending a devotee.
Okay, Gurudev. Thank you, Gurudev, for clarifying.
Hare Krishna. All right. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.